this game called? Fuck. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
The Battle Royale genre took everybody by storm back in 2017, becoming the next big thing for the games industry. Big releases like PUBG and Fortnite practically took over the internet and became the obsession of just about everyone you could think of. 5 years later, some would expect that the Battle Royale craze is finally dying down, except that hasn't really happened. Number 10, Naraka Bladepoint. Probably a contentious entry for this list, but Naraka makes it here solely due to its unique concept. Combining the action spectacle of a fighting game or a 3D beat-em-up with a dense battle royale map is a killer idea that more games need to rip off and put in a game that works better than this. The game is unfortunately held back by a ton of server issues and hackers, but when it's firing on all cylinders, Naraka is a fantastic experience that implements the aspiration towards mastery from fighting games into an online 60-player free-for-all. Unfortunately, unlike most of the games on this list, Naraka isn't free. Sorry folks, you'll have to shell some cash out for this one. Number 9, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. Released as a parody of the more popular PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Totally Accurate Battlegrounds is a surprisingly fun and unique take on the genre. It's a wobbly, physics-based FPS that doesn't really take itself too seriously and mostly follows the Fall Guys mantra of being plain silly rather than serious. That's not to say that silliness is the only thing making this game stand out though. The funky physics and the wobbliness give the game a different feel compared to any game on this list, plus it's a fresh take on the genre that isn't a military or a sci-fi shooter. While the game isn't as populated as it was in its heyday, there's plenty of fun here to be had with Totally Accurate Battlegrounds, so since it's free, you should go ahead and go wild. Number 8, Realm Royale. Do you enjoy Paladins? Do you enjoy Overwatch? Do you wish you could play either of those games but as a Battle Royale for some reason? Well, Realm Royale is perfect for you. Taking the gunplay and class design of Paladins and plopping it onto a fantasy Battle Royale setting is a pretty good idea. Unlike some of the other games here, Realm Royale lets players pick unique classes and select specific magical abilities that alter their playstyle in a multitude of ways. The game also lets players forge unique weapons and offers a lot of leeway in customizing your own playstyle. Realm Royale also has a pretty lively community, so it's also fairly easy to find games and immediately get into the swing of things. Number 7, Call of Duty Warzone.
Oh shit. Oh, laser beam.
Oh my god.
Laser beams!
When it comes to gunplay, there are few games that do it better than Call of Duty, and Warzone is no exception to this rule. Combining the crisp, satisfying gunplay and sound design from 2019's Modern Warfare into large-scale, open-ended battlefields makes for a hyper-fun and chaotic Battle Royale experience. You'll still face the same issues you face in any COD game, players who run around like headless chickens.
Oh, it's dead silence on Jays. Good job. Good one, Jays. Did you not want to fight at all? Huh, Jays? You want to sit?
Campers, and hackers.
It's the chopper in the car! What the fuck?
It's still the same Call of Duty, but it's free. So if you enjoy any Call of Duty, this one is an easy pick. The game is still being supported with frequent content updates and a major new version of the game in the form of Warzone 2, which is already out, so by the time this video is uploaded, you should just be playing that instead. Number 6, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG for short, was the game that started the whole Battle Royale craze. It's not perfect, it's not as creative as some of the other games on this list, but it's also by far the purest and most authentic Battle Royale experience out of any game here. If you like a pure Battle Royale experience stripped to only its base ideas, then you'll have a great time with PUBG. Though, we can't really guarantee how it has held up since the new rebranding and some relatively bizarre new changes made to the game's ecosystem. PUBG recently went free to play and has been rebranded to PUBG Battlegrounds, which is an oddly bizarre name since now it's just called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? I don't know, these games are weird. Number 5, Fall Guys. Chances are, many of you have already played this one. Fall Guys is a colorful, lighthearted Battle Royale game where players compete either solo or with a group to do a bunch of mini-games together. Every player has to go through 3 rounds each with a randomized minigame from busting open doors to memorizing pathways.
Man! Bro, look at this shit, bro. You got look at this shit on my mama, go, bro.
And on number 4, we've got Tetris 99. It's Tetris, but Battle Royale. If that isn't the most perfect sales pitch you've ever heard, then honestly, do you even have a soul? Does your heart not shudder upon realizing the fragility of your mortal vessel? But seriously, it's Tetris, but you compete against 99 other players to win first. There's really not a lot to explain here. We love Tetris, and if you do too, then this one's a no-brainer for sure. The only catch is that the game is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, and you need a Nintendo Online subscription to play it. Number 3, Fortnite.
People, here with me,
This one.
here.
Okay, take this. I'm flying. Skill geen flakes.
Mumiado! Yes! Finally!
While PUBG started the Battle Royale craze, Fortnite elevated it to a monumental level. All the controversy regarding Epic Games and the Epic Games Store aside, Fortnite is a very competent game that still holds its own 5 years later. Frequent content updates, new seasons, and special guest events that bring unique mechanics to the game continue to keep the game as fresh as it was when it first came out. Fortnite also happens to have surprisingly in-depth combat with a great arsenal of powerful weaponry and a unique building system that lets players control the battlefield in very creative ways. However, players who don't enjoy the building mechanic can rest easy, as Fortnite also offers a way more fun zero build mode which just lets players experience the game without the building system. Fortnite still continues to impress us with its impressive events, engaging gameplay, and fun cartoony art style. Number 2, Hunt Showdown. This is more of a personal pick, as Hunt Showdown is a game that we truly enjoy. It's a player versus enemy game where you play as a hunter and, well, hunt monsters. It's easily the most intense and punishing game on this list, as losing a match doesn't just send you back to the lobby. Losing as a hunter means all the effort you made gearing up your hunter with rare and powerful equipment is now completely void. So even though gunfights in this game are intense on their own, the threat of losing all your hunter's progress constantly looming over you instills a consistently sweat-inducing amount of tension with every step taken and every shot fired. It also has the best soundscape of any game in maybe ever. Every single shot and every loud noise has the power to make your heart sink and leave you frozen with tension. The sound design also happens to be a gameplay mechanic as well. Each shot rings in the air, giving away your location like a beacon. Every shard of glass you step on alerts someone nearby. Hunt Showdown's difficulty, sadly, also happens to be its biggest detriment. It's the least accessible game on this list, but the game still houses a very rich and dedicated community of players. Just know that this is one game that you're going to have to spend some time to actively learn and adapt to. Number 1, Apex Legends. Respawn Entertainment struck gold for a second time with Apex Legends, taking what already worked in Titanfall 2 and using that game's movement and satisfying feel as a base to create a Battle Royale game was a genius idea. Boasting some of the best gunplay in the market, Apex Legends is a fast and energetic game that's also tactical enough to reward players who like to play slow. One of the core aspects of Apex Legends is in its name. The titular Legends offer unique playstyles that facilitate both offensive and defensive playstyles. Each legend has advantages and disadvantages, and while they're not always perfectly balanced, most of them are very fun to play. You might find yourself injecting a good old COVID booster shot and supercharging an enemy squad as Octane, or flying around the battlefield with a grappling hook as Pathfinder. Of all the shooters in this list, Apex has the best combat by far, with punchy, satisfying guns, varied playstyles, and some of the best overall gunplay. It's hard to argue Apex's place as, well, Apex of the Battle Royale genre. At the end of the day, though, in all this talk of Battle Royales, let's not forget the rat race we continually subject ourselves to. You were watching this video thinking its content is meant for you? No, my sweet child. It's just us playing the Battle Royale game called YouTube, and our tiny subscriber count will get us knocked out in the first circle. Help us out by sparing a sub, old friend.